It looks all nice and tidy now. I've spent my time fixing it. All looks great. Oh fuck, I bought my stuff. Hello. It's time for... Well, this will either be May part 2 or June part 1? I don't even know anymore. I don't know, I'm pretty sure I did May part 2 already, so this will probably be June part 1, because, like, this is, like, the last week of May, so anyway. First up, I don't believe I showed this one off before. Hunchback of Notre. My dad has actually taken the disc out, because he's currently watching it. Got this from Amazon. It's all regions, which is convenient. I didn't even realize that the first time when I got it a week ago. So, but yeah, I think I got this from Amazon or eBay. Probably eBay. I think eBay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, slim packaging, but it is the Charles Lawton version, the one that my dad prefers the most as the best adaptation. And yeah, this is 1939 edition. It comes with an interview, an Academy Award nominated short, The Lone Strangler, and Porky cartoon and theatrical trailer. So an interesting selection of special features. Next up, I got myself some slashers. I was going to get the Steelbook as well for this. This being Chucky Season 1. This is the UK exclusive, the Zavvi exclusive. Comes with a lenticular front cover, which is really nice. It did come with a lot of dots and kind of scratches. I don't really know if you can see them in the, like, if there's light rays put on it or whatever. I mean, it looks fine. It just has all these weird, like, dashes along it. So I didn't notice that when I initially took it out of the plastic. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's a lenticular cover. It's nothing too special given how, you take it out and the Blu-ray case is the exact same cover. But in this case, you got the Chucky Season 1 on the back and sides. It did have that sticker on the front lenticular as well, which I took off, but I'll just leave it there because I don't really care. Then you got the Wanna Play part, which is actually the front of the Steelbook, which I had ordered. Initially, when I ordered the two, I think the Steelbook was more expensive, and then they changed the prices, and they became the same price. But by that stage, I had originally, because Zavvi does this a lot of where, like, you'll order something, and then they'll, like, drop the price after, like, a couple weeks or a couple months if it hasn't been released yet. And so you're basically like, okay, well, I can just cancel the rest of my order depending on even if something is shipped and just reorder it all for like a few bucks cheaper. But it basically means that you got to pay more shipping. Depends on how you do it. Like sometimes I'm lucky enough that I'll have a whole order which nothing will have shipped yet, so I'll be able to cancel the whole order and then add more to the order that already existed, but basically get everything from the original order plus some, and then I get free shipping on the rest of it basically. Anyway. So this comes with a handful of stuff. For the most part, you've got the standard Blu-Ray case. I think it doesn't stipulate what region it is, despite being obviously the British edition. I believe it's all regions. It's 2 discs, both with the same artwork as the front cover. So I'm happy it's not just like I actually bought the Good Guys edition where it's, got this whole box set and everything. I don't really care to have gotten it. I never watched the show because it came out in like SBS in Australia, and I just like SBS aren't great when it comes to good quality, like as in like 720 1080p kind of deal. So I usually don't watch SBS stuff for that reason. Sometimes I do, depends on what the occasion is. But in this case, I skipped the show because I was like, I'll wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. And yeah, it comes with so much shit. Sorry, I'm taking forever to get through this. I did buy the DVD because it was like $21 at JB. It was on sale. It comes with a booklet. But I didn't watch that either because then they announced that there was a Blu-ray coming out. So now I've got a DVD that I don't want. So yeah, it gives you some synopsis of the first 4 episodes, gives you some images of the characters and stuff. some biographies, which is cool, despite the fact that I still haven't seen the show. And, yeah, then describes the last 4 episodes. Yeah, it does have this sleeve at the back, which is the details of what's inside it, as well as it being the Good Guys edition and everything. Luckily, I didn't have to cut this up. I was just able to pluck it off the little sticky stuff it has. When I realized that when I took it off and it had the back cover was the same cover as the steelbook, I was like, oh, well, I probably don't need to buy the steelbook then, because I will already have, the same artwork, basically. And it gets even better than that, because most of the same artwork is actually on the art cards. But I will note, firstly, it does come with this, which I think is also on one of the artworks. I think this is either the back artwork of the steelbook or it's the inside artwork. But it just kind of has this. I don't really know what the point of it is. Yeah, it's got a clear plastic around it. I guess you could just stick it on your wall and stuff, like a PNG that's in the real world. What does it describe it as? I guess it's the acetate art card. So, yeah, it wasn't in any. It is on the image actually. Though. I hadn't noticed it, but yeah. Then you got a full picture of the cast, which is nice. I'll try to get the focus a little bit more. You got this image, which is from this. I think this is on the inside of the steelbook. Got 2 characters doing something. You got Chucky, looks sad, and then you go back there. But there's also a difference because each backing actually has different effect of the font. So, yeah. I don't know what that's about. Maybe that's a thing in the episodes. I'll watch it. I will. I actually just showed my partner because she was interested to watch them. So I just showed her the first 2 Child's Play films last night, and she actually quite liked them. So that was cool. Next up, I ordered this directly from Viavision, which was really fun because it came 2 weeks early. Obviously, by the time this video comes out, it will be out in regular retail stores. The Warriors. I have never seen this film before until I bought this set. I can say that now. I actually sat down and watched an imprint when I got it. How about that? But yeah, so it came in. Wonderful artwork on the front. It's issue number 123. I've also noticed on this side, it doesn't actually tell you what number it is. The only issue is that it does, obviously this is where the, wrapping for the thing wraps around, so you got a bit of a lump on all of the sets, but I just put them all on this side. Luckily, they're not under a particular light, so you can't tell. So I've got, the Wicker Man and the Harry Palmer and the Hammer Horror sets down there, and they're all without the numbers facing, just for the sake of it, I guess. Yeah, and then you've got some details about the set. Well, in that case, it just says, between them and safety stands 20,000 cops and 100,000 sworn enemies. They've got one way out, one chance, one night. So, of course, upon taking it out, you've got your little card. You have your theatrical cut, which is the one that everybody wanted because it hadn't been on Blu-ray before, or at least it was very hard to get on Blu-ray. The artwork overall is quite nice. I think the artwork does kind of spoil the film in a way because, I saw this internal shot and was like, oh, that looks like Coney Island. Haven't been there personally, but it's a set of a bunch of locations of movies I've watched. And of course, that's where they're going to in the movie. So, the whole point of it is oh yeah, they get to Coney Island. It's obviously that's not the complete end of the film, but still, it's that's kind of disappointing for the theatrical artwork to be that. I'm not overly fussed. It's still nice artwork. It shows the crew and everything, but it's post-watching it, it's much more appreciated, but it's still also kind of a bit eh. But yeah, so it comes with a HD 1080p high-definition presentation by Paramount Pictures. Looks bloody nice. There are only some shots that look a bit off. I don't know if they were maybe inner positives that were cut in, or if the lighting just wasn't right when they processed it, or whatever the fuck, but just some shots occasionally just look a bit too thick in colour. Which, it's fine. It rarely happens, but it's only every once in a while, but very, very rarely. Audio commentary with film critic and author Walter Chaw. I didn't go through any of the special features yet, because I basically went to bed right after watching the movie. I think. I got it Tuesday. No, I watched Better Call Saul, because it was Tuesday night. Anyway, yeah, the Warriors from the cutting room floor, extended and deleted scenes from the television version, Sound and Fury scoring the Warriors, Last Train to Coney Island, we got The Streets, Nowhere to Run, literally classic, the ancient Greek roots of the Warriors, most of these being featurettes and interviews. Magic, A Whole Lot of Magic, which is a video essay, The Warrior Scrapbook, which is a photo gallery, and theatrical trailer and TV spot. Has 5.1 DTS HD sound, as well as the LPCM stereo 2.0, and it has optional subtitles. And it's a fucking banger. I absolutely loved it. It was very fun to watch. I very much enjoyed it. I don't think I'll be watching, but I will show off the director's cut, because I asked the Imprint group on Facebook. I was like, hey, got this in. What do you guys think? Should I watch the theatrical directors? I haven't watched either. I was meaning to pick up the director's cut a long time ago, and that's the only one that my mate has seen because he saw it in cinema, because they re-released it. It's at the Astor. And yeah, the director's cut, despite being like a minute longer, has like all these, apparently it rearranges one scene in order of the film, but it also, or maybe a sequence, but it also adds all these comic book panels and stuff, so like breaks up the film with comic book panels. And I haven't seen it, but obviously like the artwork is fracking sweet, but it's also the artwork from the front of the box, so no biggie there. You've got a bunch of special features again. Not too much, the 1080p presentation, audio commentary by author and historian Chris Poggiali, and former editor of Fangoria, author Michael Gingold, I'm not great at pronouncing names. There's an introduction to the new edition by the director and co-writer Walter Hill. Also the fact that one of them mentioned in the Facebook group thing, saying how like it's stupid to call it the director's cut when Walter Hill had final cut privilege on the whole film anyway. So you got the Warriors the Beginning, a featurette, the Warriors Battleground featurette, the Warriors The Way Home featurette, and the Warriors The Phenomenon featurette. And yeah, then you've just got some more artwork. So it's a really nice set. Yeah, I'm very happy to have finally seen it, and I'm very happy to have been able to see the theatrical cut of all parts. It was a solid film. Like, I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's just great soundtrack, really good acting. A bunch of characters, like the casting, I was familiar with some of the characters. More particularly being the guy who kind of opposes the main character in the group, who gets arrested, because he's like the stepfather in the adoptive father in Dexter. So I'm like, I know that guy. But also there's another guy who's from The Thing. He's got all the curly hair. He dies. But still, it's like, I recognize some of the cast. Obviously, the main antagonist I recognize, who hasn't seen Twin Peaks. So, yeah. I guess because we're still doing Imprint right now, I got the Hammer Horror 4 Gothic horror films set, including Countess Dracula, Hands of the Ripper, Twins of Evil, and Vampire Circus. Bloody nice set, really nice colours to it. Yeah, it's a pretty chonker as well, because it's got 4 whole cases in it. But again, same as with these, it will have the 4 cases, but it also has, Vampire Circus has a second disc, which is a documentary. So, of course, you've got your little card, which, let me try to pose it better so you can read it to the best of your ability. So, you can pause it if you wanted to check out what the film includes. But, of course, you've got, I won't open the cases up, but you've got Countess Dracula in a really interesting artwork. But yeah, 1080p presentation, a bunch of interviews and audio commentaries. Just a hell of a lot of special features on this one. All the inside artwork as it is are just like, oh, here's a wallpaper and the image and the same image on the disc. So you're not missing out on much by not looking at the insides. Hands of the Ripper. Not as many special features, but still quite an abundance. Also, bloody interesting colours. Twins of Evil. Again, more special features. A lot of special features. And last but not least, Vampire Circus, which is the heavier one because it comes with bonus disc Flesh and Blood, the Hammer Heritage of Horror remastered director's cut with 40 minutes of additional content. Now, I'm pretty sure they make it sound like that's a film. I'm more than certain that's a documentary. Because as it is Hammer Heritage of Horror. But yeah, the fact that they're like, oh, it's a director's cut with 40 minutes of additional content. It's like, no, I'm still pretty certain that that's actually a documentary. But yeah, bloody nice little collection here. I wasn't going to get it. Well, there's a lot of imprint stuff I don't really care to get half the time. But like, they always benefit by having really nice packaging and usually having good remasters or good transfers. Again, they don't remaster their own work. They source it from other people. However, in this case, JB had a buy one, get one free sale. And I was like, I don't really want to buy anything. I just spent a lot at the 20% off sale. But I looked into what the most expensive set was that I was really interested in. And it wasn't this one, but this was the exact same price. So what was that film? It's the Godfather trilogy. It's the 4K set. So I bought this. This is $129. I paid an extra $10 to get it delivered same day because I'm busy today, later today at least, and I've got work on the weekend, so I don't have time to go out to JB and pick it up. But yeah, so this was the exact same price as the Hammer set, and I figured, well, I have the Godfather films, but I've been wanting to get the upgrade, and do I wait for the 20% off sale and get it for like $105, or do I... Oh, that was knocked a bit much. Or do I just get it in this sale? Because at least then I'm saving $129 and getting a whole extra set. So, of course, I bought this. It's really shit, but also I love it. It's kind of ironic, but I'll get to it. The outer packaging really just kind of dull in a way. Like, the fact that it comes with a J card is the dumbest shit. It's literally a cardboard box. Just have it written on the back of the box. How hard is that? Like, I get it, it's disposable, but like, my god. See, it comes with a J card, which of course the J card stipulates, oh, it's the anniversary edition, it's all in 4K. Also the fact that it says plus Blu-ray and plus Blu-ray bonus disc. So it doesn't come with a Blu-ray, it just comes with a Blu-ray bonus disc, which is what I really was a pet peeve, because I'm like, the Americans get a Blu-ray, why don't we? So, you know, you get all this stuff, basically, but the benefit is that all the 4Ks do have all the special features, so I don't have to watch the Blu-rays anymore, and the Blu-rays are the older masters, but I would have preferred to have gotten the remasters on Blu-ray as well. Usually I like that. You know, I'm a stickler for that. So, of course, this is the only case left in the case. This is the bonus disc. It even is just called bonus discs. In this case, it is the 4K of the third film, the theatrical cut of Part 3, as well as the 1991 cut, and then a bonus disc. That's all is in the fourth case. Kind of weird, but let me get to it. It seems weird now, but that's because the others were hiding over here the whole time. Did you notice them? Haha, you probably did. The Godfather Part 2, The Godfather Part 3, Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. The fun thing about these is that they're all in separate cases. It doesn't you can put in an extra disc, so I can put the Blu-ray disc in later. I need to find the things that buy those little trays that insert, which I definitely need to do, because, of course, I mean, there's not really much to show off on the inside. The artwork is fucking garbage, but still, you know, it has it all there. They've got some nice enough artwork. I like the kind of collage effect. Obviously, they had done this one first, so it's bigger than the other two, kind of, in a way. I don't know, but still. It's nice to have them like this, because I kind of prefer this. And I'm saying this because my actual version that I have, the other release that I have of the trilogy, because I did actually buy Part 3, The Death of Michael Corleone, which I haven't even seen yet. I haven't even seen Part 3, it's a whole film. I haven't even seen the Blu-rays. So, I had bought the Murder set, the one that looks like a book. I did a video 2-3 years ago saying a video talking about the worst box set designs I own. That included my Chucky set. That included my Godfather set. Now, the Godfather and Murder set is still decent in a way. Like, it's got great outer packaging because it looks like a book. Looks like a hardcover book, which is great. But then you open it up, and you get this thing that folds open that has all your discs in it. Not exactly a digibook, but kind of. But at the same time, it doesn't have a book, it just has quotes on the outside of it. But the discs slip through because it's really shit. And then the rest of the stuff is like, oh, here are some cards which have quotes. Here are some character profiles, but not really. Like, there's no booklet or anything. There's a sheet of magnets which are quotes, because I guess the hardcore Godfather fans want to put magnets of the quotes onto their fridge. It comes with, again, like playing cards, but they're not even really playing cards. So it's a really badly designed set. Falls apart really quickly. So I'm very happy to have these like this, but now I need to find a way to, be able to put my, like with the extra Blu-ray, the extra bonus discs one has, where am I going to put the bonus disc one? I'm now burying it in the box and then putting the box behind another box on the shelf, because it's like, there's no point displaying it. It's basically useless. But if I want to watch the special features or the original cut of The Godfather Part 3, then I'll fish that out and go watch that on 4K, which is amazing to me that they even bothered to remaster that and the 1991 cut in 4K. But to put on the same disc, sure, why not? Of course, these ones have all the special features, so, that's why it's just one disc. But, I mean, special features, introduction from Francis Ford Coppola, commentary by Francis Ford Coppola. This has no special features. Really? There's nothing listed. And this has an introduction from Francis Ford Coppola, probably because it's the definitive new edit. It's probably why they have a bonus disc, which has all the special features, which I kind of dislike. I've never been a huge fan of having a bonus disc to have all the special features, but at the same time, sure, why not? But that's because, like, in this case, you're removing all the special features from the discs, which is kind of annoying. Like, maybe I like watching featurettes because they're all on the same disc. In this case, I get an audio commentary from one film and an introduction on two different films, but nothing on the second film. Like, did they make no commentary for the second film? I mean, I guess it's a long enough film. Are you going to watch a commentary about it? Probably not. Nevertheless, I still got to find those trays to stick in there so I can put the Blu-rays in, put them all on the shelf, makes it look neat and tidy. So, yeah, I don't know what I'll do with the Notre packaging. It's a nice packaging, so I'll just keep it on the shelf. I've tried fitting all these three in, but it's not even thick enough to put in 3 different cases, even if I take out the extra panel at the back, which is stuck on so you can put in the card deck. Stupid ass shit. Last but not least for this clip or video, I don't know, Death Screams. I got this is the exclusive O-card version from Arrow Video. Of course, it comes like, it's embossed, debossed. I haven't done something with an embossing or debossing for such a long time, I forget which one's which, but I'm pretty sure it's embossing, because I always remember M is like, the letter M pokes upwards, that means it comes out, whereas D is like, in, I don't know. Anyway, so this is a limited edition release only on the Arrow store, which I only ordered because I want to get the Arrow store version of Tenebrae on 4K, so yeah, this is the standard thing that you can get already. Obviously this art is a bit different, but you open it up and you already get you get alternate artwork, which of course is the same as the O-card, and you get a little booklet as well, which is pretty cute. Not too much detail, well, not a bad amount of detail, I guess. It has a brief amount of detail. Oh wow, I should not show that on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, just some gory stuff for me, because, I like me gory slasher films. I have also noticed that Blu-ray.com has a little feature that tells you how many films you've watched, and how many you haven't watched. And basically, if you list that you haven't watched it at all, it says that it's new. So it's listed as new because you haven't watched it. But at the same time, I've listed a lot of them as watched because I've listed these 3 as watched they only come as the one set, so I can't list them individually. But of course, I've listed it as watched, despite the fact I haven't actually watched them yet. I've only seen the DVDs, but I have seen the film, so I count that as something I've watched. Anyway, that's all for now. Thank you so much for watching. Unless we jump to another clip. Do we have the time for it? Probably not. Wow, this is 28 minutes. We'll have some stuff in June. Sure. June Part 2 will be basically all the stuff that came out at the end of May, which includes a lot of Arrow Video 4K sets, I'm expecting. So that'll be fun. Anyway, I know that July Part 1 will probably be like, or maybe Part 2 will be like, hey, look, it's the Witch, the Vivitch on 4K and Drive on 4K. They've finally come out, so yeah. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios. Also, yeah, go check out that video where I complain about the Blu-ray sets. It's an old video, but it's still pretty relevant in terms of some of these Blu-ray sets are fucking garbage. But some, I did a comparison one, which was like the really good sets that I have. But still, that was a long time ago. Goodbye.